According to the teachings of a great Bhakti yogi named Chaitanya, there is no hard and fast rules to chanting the holy names. And so even if you can chant just a little bit every day, the holy name, the Maha Mantra, when chanted attentively, rekindles our lost memories of loving relationship with Krishna, with the Supreme Being. A second practice, which is very important in Bhakti, is to be enthusiastic and to seek support. Support and enthusiasm can be found in listening to an inspiring class, finding an online community of like-minded individuals, reading from inspiring Bhakti-related scriptures or literatures, and of course, like-minded association. A third practice I find essential in Bhakti is cultivating my personal relationship with Krishna. Nurturing a relationship with God like we would with a friend makes it more tangible. Here are just a few ways I personally do it, but you can find whatever feels natural for you. A few examples would be cooking for him, something I like to do is show him the gifts I receive because I believe they're his, offering flowers, offering incense, reading to him, talking to him, telling him about my day, offering prayers. The fourth practice I would like to bring up is authenticity. Making sure that you check in with yourself, making sure that Bhakti isn't used as a way to escape your feelings, escape your experiences, making sure that you stay authentic, that you keep your likings, that you don't bury your nature down to practice spirituality. Because Bhakti is meant to bring you closer to your true self through the experiences you go through. It's not meant to avoid your experiences, positive and negative. Simply to learn through them. And the fifth practice is serving others, so that we can learn to love beyond our personal selfish motives. There are 4 principles in Bhakti that serious Bhakti practitioners vow to follow to help bring the consciousness from physical, material-based identity back to our original consciousness. One of those principles is austerity. For the purpose of fulfilling this principle of austerity, the Bhakti yogis vow not to take intoxication. Austerity basically means to be disciplined in our mind and be disciplined in our spiritual practice. And it's very hard to control our mind, control our senses enough to be disciplined, enough to be accountable when our mind is dull or intoxicated or overly excited. And then there's the principle of compassion. The original nature of the soul of all of us is love, mercy, gentleness, compassion for all living entities, because we are all part of a greater whole. For this reason, serious Bhakti practitioners vow not to eat meat, and so to protect the innocent, protect the animal. The third principle is cleanliness. So cleanliness externally, so the physical body, cleanliness internally, the heart, the mind. The vow associated with this principle is no illicit sex. So the most basic standard of no illicit sex is basically no romantic or sexual relationships outside of marriage. And then the fourth principle is truthfulness. So to be honest, to not deceive others, to not cheat others, and the vow taken in relation to that principle is no gambling, because gambling often involves cheating other people or being dishonest. So the principles themselves are bigger than the vow that is associated with it, but the vow along with the principle really help bring back the consciousness to the original nature of the soul without the contamination of the conditionings and the bodily identifications that we get through our material experience. Love and devotion for God is selfless. It has really nothing to do with our personal gratification. It has everything to do with complete devotion, complete unconditional love. That kind of love that's like a blazing fire that burns everything else, that's like single focus. That great deep spiritual love, that's the original love that we have for God. As long as we have this misidentification going on with our body, we're gonna want to satisfy our personal senses over those of the Supreme Being. Meaning that the decisions I make every day are for my own benefit or for what I consider related to me. So like my friends, my family, my country, my whatever. So whatever has to do with who I think I am in this life, so, you know, a woman, a French Canadian, like whatever it is, this is where I'm trying to get pleasure from. But that's just a temporary identity. The structure that the principles and values of practicing Bhakti give helps me in my transition from my current bodily identification, my current temporary sense of identity, towards my eternal, original, true identity as a soul.